Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age Mythology Replay. Spawn bottom or just right side as the blue Odin, we have Wolf. Spawn left side as the red Freyr, got Dexito. What does it found to do? Neutral object or something? The healing spring is a owned object that can be converted like livestock. Whoever has more units nearby, it fall under their control. And it just simply provides a aura of healing. It's called the Healing Spring. Or Healing Fountain, Healing Spring. 1 to 3. It's just simple, cheap, free way just to get some basic healing going. Good for defense, not good for offense. And most time players do not pull back unit long enough to get healed up from it, so it's just okay. After all, pulling back units to heal them up is something that's only really seen in Kane's Wrath, honestly. Command & Conquer Tiberian Wars 3, Kane's Wrath. Looks like blue does find a good number of piggies. And also this more exotic Poombas.
Tilbúin.
No great hunt just yet. Great to multiply the numbers. If there's none, a small amount, gets more powerful for each age. So he's going to try to do that in age 2. Not a bad idea if there's enough hunts nearby. There's actually quite a bit of hunts there, so that's probably a good spot for it. There's 8 delicious pieces of venison there. But then again, this is Odin here, so here's his piece of venison. Try and pick up this relic, which is Dwarven Horseshoes, increase cavalry speed by 5%. Now I do have Olor being deployed in the field, give access to the Draugr. And over here I got Freyr to give access to the Valkyrie. Did deploy in the Great Hunt over here, got a lot of additional pieces of venison. Valkyrie takes some damage there, getting hit by the Draugr as well as the town center. Draugr is one of the few sources of range damage for the Norse. They also provide a little bit of divine damage. Valkyrie trying to stab the walrus. So no Hofer born in this game. These walruses do contain 500 delicious food, so cleaning up early and letting them degrade is a method. Oh, plus the raven gets shot down. Birdie, no! Red could also deploy the Asgardian Bastion for a bit of extra defense. He has deployed the Asgardian Bastion for a bit of extra defense, primarily for this gold deposit. Also provide a bit of coverage for the extra towns that are behind him.
Skipan, já, hver þar?
You have now Freyr pushing forward, not Freyr, Valkyrie pushing her way forward, half health. Yeah, some military side units on the field. We do have this. Try and bring in the removes favor cost fortress type buildings. Relic. Gillen Bersetti immediate spawn H2 Gillen Bersetti. Counters with the forest fire. So looks like both has gonna take some damage here. In fact that Red popped Gillen Bersetti so quickly, he really want to win that fight, and he will. Gillen Bersetti does have a bit of time there, does gore that one last throwing axeman, and he will subside relatively soon.
Skipan?
Gold mine now being almost depleted. Of course, wait, no, there's no Thor. Freyr does not have another dwarven gold mine, but we'll have this gold mine nice and secure. Raiding cavalry, trying to raid. Does take out one of the dwarves. I'm sorry, one of the vertically challenged people. And made them life-challenged people.
Freyr
You now have the throwing axeman here, getting a bit of passive health regen, thanks of Odin's, was it 0.4 per second health regen? I also don't know if that's out of combat or at all times. Even then, if it was even in combat, I highly doubt that makes a big difference. Red's now bringing some Erdman. Dwarves getting hit once again. Does kill off one of the dwarves there.
Yow.
Big round of copper upgrades there. Red can skip the copper shields. After all, he is. They're finding it's a Norse mirror. You don't really have too many sources of range aims to be worried about. Only small numbers. But it's going to take time to try to kill off all the venison there. But it's already pretty much all hunting. Some of these raiding cavalry are getting hit. Oh, and also you can see this longhouse, since it was an influence of the forest fire, it has a bunch of soot all over it. You can also see that aspect on a lot of units as who live through the forest fire. It also does apply to your own units, so you don't get affected by your own fire. So you could have some units covered in soot as well. Do now have an age up. Got Scotty going for Frost Giants. Apparently people actually do love the Frost Giants, at least in the Gold Edition and Extended Edition. I'm not a really big fan of Frost Giants overall. I don't say they're bad, I just don't think they're excellent. Though with a bit of micro, it is a good way to counter your opponent's free myth units and small number of myth units, since you can lock them down with the frost effect. Granted, micro is one thing. If you can use it, have at it. There's also probably a difference in my playstyle. I'm not a big fan of the most of the frontline myth units. I prefer the long range myth units myself. Nope. Blue's now aged up to Scotty. Has a Frost Giant here. Another Valkyrie deployed by Blue as well, made for a bit of health regen. Does have multiple Valkyries now in the field. This Valkyrie needs to keep her distance from the Hosters. So I got a bit of hiccups there. Excuse me. And Blue's go for a healthy number of Valkyries. They're not Shield Maidens yet. Both sides should go a bit more heavy throwing axemen, though Blue only has a regular throwing axemen. Could stand to get some upgrades. He does have medium throwing axemen or medium infantry research now. Though to make it worth its while, remember these guys have 90 resources. The improves them by 10%. The medium axemen upgrade costs 300 resources. So to make that worth its while, you need to upgrade at least what? Around 30 throwing axemen to make that worth its while. Not too terribly difficult, but it is actually a significant number. You can actually hold off the medium upgrade as well as the heavy upgrade. But if you have maxed out population, then there's no way you can get more, it'd be more benefit to get for more throwing axemen, so if the medium upgrade is a good idea still. Freyr is now aging up to Azure to give access to the rock giants. One of the few melee myth units I say are pretty good. Granted, they have received a number of nerfs because beforehand they were pretty overpowered. Of course, you can lock down the rock giants with the frost giants. In other words, frost giants are pretty much an anti-myth unit with their frost breath. Against other infantry units there, it can also help lock down individual units, but not necessarily good against scale. And likely, of course, if Freyr pops Tempest, Odin will pop Frost. Odin pops Frost, then Freyr can pop Tempest in a counterattack as well. So both their god powers can counter each other, and likely when one player pops one, the other player will pop the other. Maybe straight repeat on up by red and by blue. The conflict may happen. Blues do split up, and it's not Scooby-Doo. You don't want to split up. Red is also going for bronze shields. Like, once again, I say you don't need to get that research, though it's only 175, so not a massive expenditure. And neither side's gone for any Gobi at the moment, or Gobi. Does freeze a Huskarl there. Red is advancing. Here comes the Tempest. Here comes the Frost. Blue's going to fall on back. He can have Odin's health to counter out the effect of Tempest. Frost lasts much longer than Tempest. That Great Hall's going to take a beating. Let's see now. Blue does have more military units on the field, has a pretty good queue of them going. Red is trying to get more reinforced in the field, has some population space to work with. His force is pretty congested right there. The Frost Giant, the only thing he should really micro is get the Frost Giant hit the Rock Giant. Frost Giant did not do that. Massive counter by the Rock Giant. But now the raiding cavalry advancing just up the Throwing Axemans. Rock Giant still has plenty of health. Frost Giant has gone down. Blue still has a number of Valkyries in field. Oh, there goes Frost Giant now. Jarls being put on the field. More Jarls push the way forward. They are great Jarls, so heavy Jarls. Got some Goldie now being put on the field. And looks like Blue has more Throwing Axemen on the field more. Got a Draugr here firing away. And Blue's falling back. Though I think Blue would generally win the fight. Both sides are falling back now. Both sides took a beating. Now think about it. I don't think either side won the fight. They still have some villager counts as well. Granite Giants being researched. Ballistics, Feats of Renown. More Jarls, more Throwing Axemans, and more Valkyries. Freyr almost has enough favor for another Tempest. Tempest, I think, is a god power that may need to be nerfed slightly, honestly. I think the frost effects from the Tempest, I don't know. It feels like the frost effects shouldn't reduce attack speed. I just think I think Tempest needs a slight nerf. After all, it does reduce attack speed, does do a lot of damage, lasts for a decent amount of time. Things that sort. Guys, not going for a secondary town center. This one, a forward one rather than a safe one back here. Base Renown does get some good health regen here. Blue has built a bit more of an army, red has not. Fortress, a hill fort now being summoned.
Tilbuin.
Blue's going for some fort production here, very nice. Interrupts the deployment of that hill fort there. Dragon gets a pretty good splash hit there. It does have piercing projectiles. Large number of forward production here, and some forward production here by Blue. Another Tempest been summoned.
Yo.
This force to head down south, this force to head more up north.
Skipan. Yo. Tilbuin. Yo. Skipan.
Tilbuin.
Valkyrie's gonna hit there. When these units are being picked up, Valkyrie is slowly being picked off as well.
Tilbuin.
Does get inside the town center there, does get on the far side. Trying to use it for defense, get some decent amount of health regen there from the Feast Renown. So it's just going very heavy number of throwing axemen. So it's a great way to counter throwing axemen. No Valkyries remaining for a bit of health regen. And we'll build another temple there. Going for 9 waves, going for more throwing axemen.
Tilbuin.
Blue's not going for a hill fort over here. Now just Huskarls back here may have destroyed, I think that was a house there. We have a proxy barracks here. I just follow this, trying to intercept that hill fortress. Jarl's going straight for throwing axemen. Got a rock giant there. It's a granite giant. Orgasillery, or have I pronounced out of that? We could just name him Berg. Multiple frost giants being blown up by Blue. Number of Erdmen there to intercept these Jarls. Blue's going straight for throwing axemen once again. Hill fort will likely be destroyed once again. does get actually built. Some units being repaired on up. Little Frost Giant's trying to engage. And Hillborg quickly goes on down there. Rock Giant does come out of pretty good formation there. More Rock Giants being put on the field.
Freyr það.
Who's trying to fall back there? Cody's falling on back. I think a bit damage there. Red's trying to clean up some of this housing now. Blue has some spare population housing, but that'll quickly change. Blue does not have too much wood in stockpile, so losing these houses is important. And Blue's also pretty low in gold as well. Speaking of gold, there's the gold mine. Getting circled by some Huskarls. Does put the longhouse. Granite Giant 60 damage there. Does freeze this one here, but the taunt effect does not end. This doesn't end early. Throwing axe on both sides. Blue and Red has more throwing axe at the moment, but Blue does have that +1 range as well as great tracking. Overall, it seems like Blue's getting disintegrated here. Frostshine does the clean on up there. More Grand Shrines being summoned, and Red does, or Blue does go ahead and resign. As Angry saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.